Caraway, who's here supporting Miesha Tate. Bryan, how's Miesha looking in this training camp ahead of this fight?
She's looking great, man. Getting back to the basics, getting back to the roots, what made Miesha get to where she is today. And we kind of went back to some old training tactics that, that I used to coach her back in the day, and really pumped. I think sometimes so many fighters are trying to reinvent themselves and you get a little bit away from who you are. And we just really brought this camp back to basics and, bringing that bully back and that power of Miesha sitting down on her punches. And I think she's in a great mental spot for this fight. She's really hungry. She really wants it. And I'm excited. I'm excited to be fighting, to be coaching in the Madison Square Garden. And Miesha couldn't be more stoked to be fighting here and making history. It's just pumped, man. It's just such an opportunity for her, for me to coach. And I think there's going to be a great fight between her and Raquel. Raquel's a game opponent. She's really been working on her skill set since the Ultimate Fighter. And we know she's a game opponent. She's been beating a lot of tough girls, so I think this is a great matchup. As far as this honor, we're honored that the UFC will bring, even if Miesha's coming off a loss, will bring her a tough opponent like Raquel, who's winning, who's on a winning streak, because a solid win, a dominant win over Raquel puts her right back in title contention. She's not fighting some other chump. She's fighting a girl who's on fire and doing really well. So that's how Miesha is. She doesn't want any cupcakes. In that aspect, she wants us to fight the best.
And as far as this being on the New York card, how motivated is she? I mean, this is a huge stage, and she's going to be on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's huge. To be the first fight on the pay-per-view event is super stoked. I think she's earned that. There's a lot of tough, talented fighters on that, but I think Miesha's one of the biggest draws in the UFC. So I think it was a smart move by them to have her starting the pay-per-view card. It's going to be fireworks.
What about you, Jimmie Rivera and you back and forth on Twitter? What's going on? Is that fight going to happen or what?
Man, I don't know. I've been wanting to fight since the last couple months. I was ready to go in October. I was ready to go in November. I stepped up to try to fight Ricardo Lamas on short notice at a weight class higher, who's a top-ranked featherweight. So that proves right there I'm not afraid to fight people. I'm going to fight him on short notice. I've called him out. And it didn't happen, because BJ Penn obviously was the biggest draw on that card, and they needed a really big draw, and they couldn't find one on that short notice, so they canceled the card. I wanted to fight Garbrandt back in September. I was calling him out. There's just a lot. I wanted to fight John Lineker. He had a big win over Dotson. He was ranked number 2 in the world. We both needed to fight. He's already booked to fight Dillashaw again. Before that, I'm like, what the hell? I'm sitting here waiting, calling out top-ranked, tough dudes, and they're not giving them to me. They're not giving it to me. So I don't know. It's super frustrating. They want to just, I don't know. It's a political sport. They want to do, they have a smart idea. Obviously, they built this huge power machine in the UFC. So, they know what they're doing, but I don't really know what they're doing. So hopefully I'll get a fight soon. Obviously Jimmie Rivera is one of the few guys that are a top-ranked guy that doesn't have a fight. I know Almeida wants a fight. He's been calling me back out. I love that fight as well. So we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully something will pop up and come to fruition soon.
What would be perfect scenario as far as when you'd fight next and which opponent?
I want to fight Toronto, UFC 207. And I don't know. Almeida's been calling me out, talking all that shit. I'd love to fight him. Obviously there's Jimmie Rivera, but he doesn't want to fight soon like that. He said he needs more time to prep for me. He wants to fight later in January. He needs more time because he's afraid of me. He's afraid to fight me on short notice. So we'll see what happens. I don't want to wait that long. If he'll fight me in January or fight me in December, let's fight Jimmie. Step up, fight me in December. But if not, the key thing is I want to fight before the end of this year. I only fought once this year. I really want to fight at the end of this year. A top 10 guy. I don't care. I really want to Lineker. He's fighting Dillashaw now.
Last question for you here. Seahawks, are they going all the way this year?
I think so, man. We're 31-5 in our last 36 matches. It's 36 games. So we have an incredible record, and I think we're slowly starting to kind of figure things out a little bit as the season goes on. We're kind of a late season team, a late quarter half team, and I think we got a chance. I think there's a good chance we're going to win it this year.